Today I am going to discuss about okay. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to discuss about the turning effect of force. The turning effect of force. Effect of force. First, we have to learn about what is force. Force, the external cause by which a raised object comes in motion or a motion object comes in rest or changes its direction and shape of the object is called force. So, force can change the state of motion, direction of motion, change the shape and size. So, force can do another thing. If force is applied on an object and it produces a rotation tendency. Say force is applied this point, force, and this here O is the pivot. O is the pivot. If force is applied on an object and it produces a rotation tendency about a pivot or center, that force is known as turning effect of force. So remember, if a force is applied on an object, this one is the line of action of the force, line of action of the force, then this force produces a rotation tendency about the pivot. This effect is known as turning effect of force. So remember, if a force is applied on an object and it produces a rotation tendency about the pivot is called turning effect of force. Turning effect of force also known as moment. So the turning effect of force also known as moment. So how we can calculate moment? Moment equal to, remember, moment equal to force into perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force to the pivot. So line of action of the force to the pivot. If force is applied here, this one is the line of action of the force, then the perpendicular distance, the distance which make 90 degree with the direction of force to the pivot, this one is the line of pivot. So then moment, remember, moment equal to F into D. So moment depends on force and perpendicular distance. If the amount of force acting on an object is increased, then moment also increases. If the perpendicular distance from the pivot increases, then moment also increases. What is the unit of moment? Remember, SI unit of force is Newton and SI unit of distance is meter. So Newton meter is the SI unit of moment. So what is the formula? Moment equal to force into perpendicular distance. Now, there are two types of moment. One is clockwise, another is anti-clockwise moment. Say here pivot is here at O point. O point is pivot. Here pivot, and one object is placed here. The weight acts downwards, W1, and the perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force to the pivot is D1, and another object is placed here. Weight acts downwards, W2, and perpendicular distance is D2. So clockwise moment, there are two types of moment, because W1 force produces clockwise rotation. This one produces clockwise rotation, clockwise. So this W1 produces clockwise moment. Another thing, W2 produces anti-clockwise rotation tendency. So anti-clockwise rotation tendency. So anti-clockwise moment. Anti-clockwise moment. So there are two types of moment. One is clockwise, another is anti-clockwise. So clockwise, how we can calculate moment? Clockwise moment, remember formula for moment is force into perpendicular distance. So here force W1 and perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force to the pivot is D1. So W1 into D1 is the clockwise moment, and anti-clockwise moment, anti-clockwise moment W2 into D2. Remember, if any object is in equilibrium or balanced, then total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise moment. So principle of moment in equilibrium or in balanced, total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise moment. So remember, in equilibrium, total clockwise moment. So in equilibrium, total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise moment. Clockwise moment. Total clockwise moment is equal to So remember total clockwise moment W1 into D1 equal to W2 into D2. So if any object is in equilibrium or balanced, then remember total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise. Total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise moment. This is the principle of conservation law of moment. So remember, there are two conditions. There are two conditions of equilibrium. So total downwards force equal to total upward force. That means total vertical force must be balanced, equal, and total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise moment. So if an object is in equilibrium, remember the total clockwise moment is equal to total anti-clockwise moment. Now another thing, center of gravity, center of gravity. What is called center of gravity? Center of gravity. So the imaginary point within an object where total weight of the object considered to act, that point is known as center of gravity. So center of gravity একটা অবজেক্টের এমন একটা পয়েন্ট যেখানে ওই অবজেক্টটাকে পিভটেড করে রাখলে অবজেক্টটা ব্যালেন্সড হবে। দ্যাট মিন্স টোটাল ওয়েটটা একটা পয়েন্টে অ্যাক্ট করে, সে একটা ইউনিফর্ম রডের সেন্টার, দ্যাট মিন্স center is the center of gravity. So if this one is a rectangular object, remember if we add the diagonal of the rectangular object, the intersecting point of the diagonal is the center of gravity. Spherical object center is the center of gravity. Triangular shaped object, this one is the center of gravity. Now center of mass. Center of mass, the imaginary point, center of mass. So the imaginary point within an object where total mass of the object considered to act is called center of mass. Now if this uniform rod is pivoted here, pivot is here, and here it is center of gravity, that means weight of the object act here, and perpendicular distance from the center of gravity to pivot is x, and there is an object, weight is W1, and perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force to the object force is D1, and another object weight act here W2, and distance is D2. Then what will be the principle of moment? Remember here total clockwise moment is W0 into x plus W1 into D1 equal to total anti-clockwise moment W2 into D2. W2 into D2. Thank you watching my video. If you think this video is helpful for you, then this is my channel. Subscribe my channel. I make video about physics, chemistry and math. Subscribe my channel. Please share my channel with your friends and family. And okay, thank you very much. Thank you watching my video. See you later. Bye.